Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're gonna talk about my vegetable garden, but before I just want to show you a few videos from our trip to Gran Canaria. I've been to Gran Canaria for 10 days with my family and I was planning on doing a video about this, but we all got pretty sick so I didn't have enough footage eventually to actually make a good video about this. But I really got the time to relax and just unwind. We had a little bit of a beach lifestyle there, so we rented a boat for a few hours. We went scuba diving, we watched dolphins and so much more. And honestly, the south, because that's what we've mostly done there, was really amazing, really beautiful, really warm weather and always nice people. So if you're ever going to Gran Canaria, I mean, it's gonna be a great destination. And this is basically the overall vibe that we had on our trip together. So now is the part where the video is actually about my vegetable garden and why I have one. So the thing is, I started a vegetable garden about 3 years ago. That was the first time I had one. And every year has been so different yet, so that's really interesting to see as well. And that's actually why I love gardening a lot, is because each and every plant has their own cycle and their own growth pace. And it's really unique to see like plants thriving in different climates. So the first year was a really wet year, the second year was really dry, and this year has started off with the dry season, but then eventually the rain got back, so we had a few times some rain. And it's so unique and interesting to see how the weather affects my vegetable garden so much and how each plant reacts different to the weather. So that's basically the first reason why I have a vegetable garden, is to like learn about the weather, learn about the plants and how they grow, what they look like, and also what they actually taste like, because they taste way better than the vegetables from the store, I'd say. And it's so nice to have like locally produced food that you know where it's coming from and that you can see the progress in there. And also I'm really an outdoorsy person overall, so I just love spending time outside and getting my hands dirty. I feel it's like a way to connect with the earth again, because sometimes we have lost our connection a little bit. So I feel like this is a great way to reconnect with the earth and what we as humans used to do a lot in the past. Besides, it's like a little baby kind of. It's something you need to take care of, and you just have to make sure that everything is alright, that there's no diseases, and that there's enough water and everything. So it's really something you have to show up for, and honestly it's not that much work. Like the setup of course is gonna require a few hours of work at least, but then eventually you can just like weed a little bit and water a little bit, and then the rest is all just harvest. And it's so nice if you could cook like fresh meals with your vegetables. And it's also like interesting because you have to learn how to plan and like see when am I planting this, when am I planting that, am I gonna replant this vegetable or not, and where in the garden is the best space to put this vegetable. And it's just like a whole learning process that I think you cannot learn in 1 year. It's just build up over experience and over a few years. And I think the vegetable garden just teaches you these lessons that you don't have with other stuff. Like the patience here is really necessary, and that's something I have to learn a lot about, to be honest. But yeah, that's basically why I have a vegetable garden, I think, and I really recommend you guys to have a vegetable garden as well if you got a space for it, or maybe there's something in your town or city where there's like a common area that you can use for a vegetable garden. And then you can try it out yourself, because it's honestly also better for the climate that we all have like our little gardens and a lot of diversity. Because I think this way of growing vegetables is way better than the like big farms, because they all just have monoculture on a big field, and it's so bad for like diversity and for the soil as well. So I think this is just a great way of gardening too, and that's why I really recommend you guys to try it out as well and just reconnect with the earth. And yeah, I think that's about it. Okay, so we're entering the end of the video already. So I just want to say that I'm very glad with what we harvested this time. We got a lot of zucchinis, we got some lettuce, got the first fresh picked tomatoes, we got a lot of chamomile again, and I just cannot wait for the rest to come. It's just so interesting that everything grows at its own pace and that you just have to like harvest stuff at different times. It's just so complicated and yet so easy how it all works. But anyways, I'm just so happy with the result, because I started this project pretty late in the year since I was traveling a lot. And I'm also really happy that I got a little structure up for the tomatoes to hang the plants a little bit, so they grow a little bit more up instead of like sidewards. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm also, oh, that's also one more thing. I'm also really glad with the flowers that I planted on the sides of my vegetable garden. Like they're sprouting as well now, so that's really nice to see too. Good for the bees. And with that, I just want to end the video and say that I'm very thankful that you watched this video. You can always give it a like and you can always subscribe if you want to. And with that note, I just want to say thank you guys a lot. Love you so much. See you next time.